The rumor that exploded overnight. One private moment may have just triggered the loudest rumor surrounding Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift yet, and this time, fans believe the clues are pointing towards something far bigger than another public appearance or championship celebration. Across social media, old interviews, podcast clips, photographs, and anonymous claims are being pulled apart frame by frame. The question spreading through both the NFL world and the entertainment industry is simple. Are Travis and Taylor quietly preparing to welcome their first child? There has been no official confirmation from either of them. That fact matters. But it has not stopped millions of fans from searching for signs, especially after reports began suggesting that the couple had entered a more serious and private stage of their relationship. Some observers point to the way Travis has recently spoken about family. Others believe Taylor has been carefully reducing public exposure and protecting personal details more than ever. Then an older New Heights podcast clip resurfaced. In it, Travis spoke warmly about fatherhood, responsibility, and the possibility of raising children someday. At the time, the conversation sounded casual. Now, fans are treating every sentence like a hidden message. The speculation became even louder when discussions about their home life, their families, and even a new dog began circulating online. Individually, none of these details proves anything. Together, however, they created the kind of emotional mystery that spreads faster than any verified announcement. For Travis, this would represent a life change greater than any contract, touchdown, or Super Bowl. He has spent years performing under pressure, but fatherhood would demand an entirely different kind of strength. So where are you watching from right now? Leave your city or country in the comments. Press 1 if you believe Travis and Taylor may be preparing for a new family chapter. Press 2 if you think the internet is reading too much into ordinary moments. Subscribe to the channel, because the clues behind this story are only beginning to unfold. The podcast clip fans cannot ignore. The New Heights podcast has always given fans something the football field cannot. An unfiltered look at Travis Kelce away from the bright lights of Arrowhead Stadium. He jokes with Jason. He talks about pressure. He tells stories about teammates, family, and life beyond football. That relaxed honesty is exactly why one resurfaced conversation suddenly became so important. During the clip, Travis spoke about children with a tone that sounded different from his usual comedy. He did not announce a plan. He did not reveal a timeline, but he sounded thoughtful, almost reflective, as if fatherhood were no longer some distant idea. At the time, most listeners moved on. Now, the clip is being replayed everywhere. Some fans believe his language suggested that he had started imagining what life after football might look like. Others argue that a man in his 30s, speaking about becoming a parent, is completely normal and should not be treated as evidence of anything. But the timing changed the conversation. Travis has reached a point in his career where every season creates questions about the future. How much longer will he play? What remains after the records, championship rings, and unforgettable partnership with Patrick Mahomes? And what kind of life does he want when the stadium finally becomes quiet? Those questions became even more emotional, because Travis has always been surrounded by a close family. His relationship with Jason is central to his identity. His parents have supported both brothers through victory, criticism, injuries, and one of the most famous sibling matchups in football history. To fans, the idea of Travis building a family of his own feels like the natural next chapter. However, there is a dangerous line between noticing a meaningful conversation and turning it into a confirmed story. A podcast clip can reveal a dream. It cannot prove that the dream is already becoming reality. Still, one detail kept pulling people back. Travis did not sound afraid of the responsibility. He sounded ready for it. And once fans noticed that shift, every other clue began to look different. Why their new private life created more questions. For most celebrity couples, constant public attention eventually reveals too much. For Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, the opposite may be happening. The more serious their relationship appears to become, the less they seem willing to explain. That silence has protected them, but it has also created a vacuum that rumors quickly filled. Early in their relationship, every stadium appearance became international news. Cameras followed Taylor into private suites. Every reaction after a Chiefs touchdown was replayed. Every look between her and Travis became a headline. Their relationship was not simply watched. It was studied. But over time, the public rhythm began to change. Fans noticed fewer spontaneous details. Security appeared tighter. Information about private gatherings became harder to verify. People close to the couple seemed more careful with their words. To some observers, this shift suggests maturity. Travis and Taylor may have learned that not every meaningful moment needs to belong to the internet. To others, It suggests they are protecting something important. That is where the pregnancy speculation gained momentum. Fans began arguing that privacy itself was a clue. If the couple were preparing for a child, they reasoned, controlling information would become more important than ever. But privacy should not automatically be treated as proof. Taylor has spent years learning how quickly personal details can be distorted. Travis now understands that one sentence can become a global debate within minutes. Protecting their home life may simply be a healthy response to extraordinary attention. Even so, several anonymous sources began claiming that the couple had discussed family plans seriously. None of those claims came with public evidence. No official representative confirmed them. Yet the reports spread because they matched what many fans already wanted to believe. The emotional power of the story was stronger than the fact. A football legend and a global music icon, both at the height of their careers, quietly choosing family over spectacle, people could picture it. And once the public could picture it, the rumor became almost impossible to contain. The new dog theory that went viral. Of all the details fueling the speculation, one of the most unexpected involved a dog. Reports and online discussions suggested that Travis and Taylor had been spending more time building a shared domestic routine. When talk of a new pet entered the conversation, fans immediately connected it to the larger family rumor. For most people, getting a dog is simply getting a dog. For the internet, it became a symbol. Fans argued that caring for an animal together showed that the couple was preparing for greater responsibility. Some described it as a practice family. Others claimed it proved they were establishing a permanent home life instead of moving between temporary schedules. That conclusion may be dramatic, but the reason it spread is easy to understand. Travis lives inside the demanding NFL calendar. Training camp, regular season travel, playoff pressure, recovery, media responsibilities, and sponsorship commitments leave little room for stability. Taylor's world is equally intense, with tours, recording, travel, rehearsals, and constant attention. A shared pet would require coordination. It would require trust. It would require both of them to think beyond their individual schedules. That is why the story connected emotionally with fans. It offered a glimpse of two global celebrities doing something ordinary. Building routines, sharing responsibilities, and creating a home that exists away from stadiums and concert stages. Still, the theory quickly moved beyond what the available information could support. A dog does not confirm a pregnancy. It does not prove an engagement, a wedding, or any specific plan. But rumors rarely grow because of one convincing fact. They grow because several small details create a larger picture. The podcast clip suggested Travis was thinking about fatherhood. Their increasing privacy suggested they were protecting something. The discussion about a shared home and a pet suggested stability. None of those clues answered the question. Together, they made the question louder. Then another layer emerged, one that connected the rumor directly to Travis's future with the Kansas City Chiefs. Could family plans change Travis Kelce's NFL future? Every major personal decision in Travis Kelce's life eventually leads back to one football question. How much longer will he play? For years, Kelce has competed with a level of intensity that made him one of the most important tight ends in NFL history. He became Patrick Mahomes' most trusted target, a playoff force, and the emotional center of the Kansas City Chiefs offense. But no career lasts forever. The physical demands are real. Every route, collision, block, and postseason run takes something from the body. Travis has acknowledged that football requires sacrifice, and as the years pass, the cost becomes more difficult to ignore. That is why the family rumors created immediate retirement speculation. Some fans believe that if Travis and Taylor were preparing for a child, he might accelerate plans to leave the NFL. They imagine him choosing health, privacy, and time with his family, instead of another season filled with pain and travel. Others believe the opposite. They argue that fatherhood could motivate him to continue. Travis might want his child to see him play. He might want one final championship run, one final season beside Mahomes, or one final chance to leave the league on his own terms. Inside Kansas City, the possibility of Kelce's eventual departure already carries enormous weight. His connection with Mahomes cannot be replaced by simply signing another player. Their timing was built through years of pressure. Their trust was tested in playoff moments when one mistake could end a season. If Travis were balancing football with a major change at home, the Chiefs would need to prepare carefully. They would need younger pass catchers to develop. They would need the offense to evolve. And Mahomes would need to accept that one of the defining partnerships of his career was entering its final stage. No public evidence shows that family plans have changed Travis's football timeline. Yet the rumor exposed something important. Fans understand that his career and personal future are now connected. A decision away from football could reshape the entire AFC, and no one would feel that change more deeply than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes may know more than anyone. If there is one person inside the NFL who understands Travis Kelce's private state of mind, it may be Patrick Mahomes. Their relationship has never been limited to quarterback and tight end. Years of championship pressure turned them into brothers. They have celebrated together, absorbed criticism together, and survived moments when the entire league was waiting for them to fail. Mahomes has watched Travis change. He knew the younger version who played with reckless energy and lived almost entirely inside football. He watched Kelce become a leader, a businessman, a media personality, and eventually one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. He also watched the relationship with Taylor transform Travis's life. Publicly, Mahomes has usually handled questions carefully. He has supported his teammate without revealing private conversations. That loyalty matters because the attention surrounding Travis is unlike anything most NFL players experience. Fans began studying Mahomes' comments for clues. When he discussed Travis's happiness, maturity, or future, some listeners believed he was indirectly confirming that major personal plans were underway. But Mahomes has never publicly confirmed a pregnancy. His role in the story is important for a different reason. If Travis were seriously considering fatherhood, retirement, or a new balance between football and family, Mahomes would likely be part of those conversations. Their futures are connected. One man's personal decision could change the other man's professional path. There is also the relationship between Taylor and Brittany Mahomes. Their friendship helped bring the two couples closer beyond football. Private dinners, celebrations, and shared experiences reportedly created a circle of trust around people who understand life under constant attention. That circle may explain why reliable information is so difficult to find. People closest to Travis and Taylor have strong reasons to protect them. The public may see silence as suspicious. Their friends may see it as loyalty. And while outsiders continue guessing, Mahomes could already understand the truth, whether the rumors are completely wrong or whether Travis is quietly preparing for the biggest change of his life. Jason Kelce's words added fuel to the fire. Jason Kelce has always been one of the few people capable of embarrassing Travis, challenging him, and protecting him at the same time. That combination is why fans listen so carefully whenever Jason talks about his younger brother's future. On New Heights, the two brothers move naturally between comedy and serious conversation. Jason often jokes about family life, parenting, and the chaos that comes with raising children. Travis laughs, but fans have noticed that his reactions to those conversations have changed over time. Instead of treating fatherhood like an impossible idea, he appears more engaged. Sometimes he asks questions. Sometimes he listens closely. Sometimes the jokes sound less like jokes and more like preparation. Jason's own life gives the conversation emotional weight. He understands the difference between being an NFL star and being responsible for a family. He knows how retirement can change identity. He knows that leaving football does not remove pressure, it simply replaces one kind of pressure with another. Because of that, fans believe Jason may be helping Travis think through the future. There have also been moments when Jason spoke warmly about Taylor and the way she fits into the broader Kelce family. Those comments were never pregnancy announcements, but they reinforced the sense that the relationship had moved far beyond a temporary celebrity story. For Donna and Ed Kelce, another major family chapter would bring enormous attention. They have already watched their sons become famous, compete against each other in a Super Bowl, and build lives in front of millions. A grandchild connected to Travis and Taylor would create an entirely new level of public interest. That possibility is exactly why responsible boundaries matter. A family celebration should not become public property before the family chooses to share it. Jason's words may reveal that Travis has matured. They may show that Taylor is accepted and loved. They may suggest that everyone is thinking about the future, but they do not confirm a child is coming. Still, fans heard enough warmth in those conversations to keep the rumor alive. And then they began looking for messages inside Taylor's music. Fans believe Taylor's lyrics contain hidden clues. Taylor Swift's fans have spent years searching for meaning beneath the surface. A color can matter. A date can matter. A repeated phrase, an object in the background, or a small change in a performance can trigger weeks of analysis. That culture of decoding became a major force behind the baby rumors. Listeners began revisiting songs and public comments that discussed home, permanence, marriage, legacy, and building a future with someone. Lyrics written before Travis entered her life were reinterpreted through the relationship. Newer emotional themes were treated as possible windows into private plan. Some fans claimed that certain performances felt more personal. Others focused on wardrobe choices, pauses during songs, or changes in how Taylor interacted with audiences. But interpretation is not evidence. Artists write about imagined lives, past experiences, fears, characters, dreams, and emotions that may not reflect their current circumstances. A lyric about family can be deeply sincere without being an announcement. Still, Taylor's history of using layered storytelling made the theory impossible to dismiss in the minds of dedicated fans. They believed that if she wanted to reveal something gradually, she would not do it through a traditional press release. She would create a trail. She would allow the audience to feel the story before confirming it. That idea fit perfectly with the growing speculation around Travis. The podcast provided one set of clues. Their private lifestyle provided another. Taylor's music became the emotional connection holding everything together. Yet there was also a more practical reason to doubt the theory. A pregnancy involving one of the world's most photographed people would be extremely difficult to hide for long. Touring schedules, public events, travel, and professional commitments create visible patterns. Fans answered that objection by arguing that Taylor's team is highly experienced at protecting information. Critics responded that this was simply another example of people forcing ordinary details into a story they already believe. The debate grew larger, but the truth remained unchanged. No lyric had confirmed anything. No performance had confirmed anything. No official statement had confirmed anything. And that silence was becoming the most powerful part of the entire story. The truth behind the silence. After weeks of theories, recycled clips, anonymous claims, and emotional fan analysis, the entire story arrives at one unavoidable conclusion. The public does not know. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift may have discussed children. They may be thinking seriously about family. They may be focused on their careers and have no immediate plan at all. Only the people inside their private world understand the truth. That uncertainty can feel frustrating to fans who have followed every stage of the relationship. They watched Taylor enter Arrowhead Stadium. They watched Travis support her concerts. They watched two separate audiences collide until football and pop culture became part of the same global conversation. Because fans experience so much of the relationship publicly, some now feel entitled to experience every future milestone the same way. But private life does not work like a football broadcast. There is no official scoreboard. There is no replay that reveals the answer. And there is no obligation for a couple to explain a deeply personal decision before they are ready. The rumor also revealed how celebrity reporting works. One vague statement becomes a headline. The headline is repeated by dozens of accounts. Repetition creates familiarity. And familiarity begins to feel like confirmation. Soon, people stop asking where the information came from. They simply ask when the announcement will happen. For Travis, the pressure is especially complicated. He is preparing his body and mind for NFL competition while every private expression is analyzed. A quiet week becomes suspicious. A family comment becomes evidence. A photograph becomes part of a theory. For Taylor, the pressure may be even greater. Rumors about pregnancy can become invasive, emotional, and unfair, especially when based on appearance, clothing, or ordinary changes in schedule. The real story may not be whether they are expecting a child. The real story may be whether two famous people can protect something meaningful in a world that demands immediate access. Whatever comes next, another NFL season, retirement discussions, marriage plans, or a future family, it should be revealed by Travis and Taylor themselves. Until that happens, every dramatic claim remains exactly what it began as: speculation. The lesson behind the rumor. In the end, the biggest lesson from this story is not hidden inside a podcast clip, a photograph, a lyric, or an anonymous quote. It is hidden inside the way people react when uncertainty enters the room. The Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift rumors grew because they connected several powerful emotions at once: curiosity, hope, fame, family, football, and the fear of missing a major announcement. Fans were not only searching for fact, many were searching for a future they wanted to see. That is why the speculation became so intense. From a strategic perspective, Travis now faces one of the most important transitions of his life. He must manage the physical demands of the NFL, the expectations of the Kansas City Chiefs, his relationship with Patrick Mahomes, and the possibility of building a quieter future beyond football. The Chiefs must also think ahead. No player lasts forever. Kansas City needs to develop younger weapons, create new offensive options, and prepare for the day when Mahomes can no longer depend on Kelce in every critical moment. Planning for that future is not disrespectful. It is responsible leadership. For Travis, the best decision will not be the one that satisfies the loudest fans. It will be the one that protects his health, his relationships, and his long-term happiness. The same principle applies to Taylor. No woman should be pressured to explain private family matters simply because the public is curious. Pregnancy rumors can become invasive, especially when strangers analyze clothing, appearance, travel, or silence as evidence. Respect should always come before entertainment. Fans can celebrate a relationship without demanding ownership of it. They can support Travis on the field and Taylor on the stage, while still allowing both of them to control their own story. Perhaps an announcement will come one day. Perhaps the rumors are completely wrong. Either way, the humane response is patience. Let them speak when they are ready. Let verified facts matter more than viral claims. And let private happiness remain private until the people involved choose to share it. Now tell us what you believe. Press 1 if you think Travis and Taylor are quietly preparing for a major family chapter. Press 2 if you believe the rumors have gone too far. Share your opinion respectfully in the comments and tell us where you are watching from. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with other NFL fans who want the full story without losing sight of the truth.